LA's newest housing hotspot is Compton. That's where homes not too far from the beach are going for less than $400,000.
Crystal Cruz is live in Compton to show us why this is the new trendy city to make a buy.
I used to be ashamed of where I lived when I was a kid. The helicopter with the light that flew overhead. The gunshots in the night when I was in bed. Compton on your address, they don't treat you the same. But now I'm a product of it, and fuck it, I love it. CR recipient buying dope with the money. Cause the first of the month, the crackheads turn zombie. And that money and stamps ain't really helping me, honestly. I'm stuck in a pothole and I'm trying to get out it. Crash unit chase you down, choke you out till you vomit. I see hardcore killers cry to God of they mama. I seen kids shot down over neighborhood drama. I'ma make it out, put that shit on my mama. But the time is ticking, I'm in a rush for the commas. Never go against the grain for a like and a comment. I ain't cut like that, that ain't keeping it Compton. Niggas say I'm the truth, I'm a loc, I'm a prophet. I was left and forgotten, like a pothole in Compton. I grew up in the slums, Hub City was popping. When you come up like us, just giving up ain't an option. Yeah, I'm just a nigga from the city with a dream to be G like Easy. Fuck up a little cream. I was cold in the winter, only a white tee. Selling dope in December for my daughter to eat. But these potholes don't define me. I'ma make it, and these potholes the reason I'm focused to be the greatest. And these potholes come from funds misappropriated. These potholes and fucked up streets can never break us. These potholes got us all caught up in the matrix. You believe in God, just pray that she come and save us. These potholes got us all caught up in the matrix. You believe in God, just pray that she come.
Sun's outside, clouds gone away. Open up my eyes, pray the Lord to stay. These burdens on my back, you don't know how much it weighs. Pray for sunshine, but it's rainy days. Yeah, there's gotta be a brighter day. Yeah, there's gotta be a brighter day. Ay, ay. Yeah, there's gotta be a brighter day. Said there's gotta be a brighter day. Yeah, there's gotta be a brighter day. Yeah, there's gotta be a brighter day. Ay, ay. Yeah, there's gotta be a brighter day. Yeah, there's gotta be a brighter day.
Hi, you guys. Newer shopping centers like the one behind me is one reason why a broker says Compton could be or should be calling your name if you're on the hunt for a home.
The walk is nightly. Destination changes from the park to the bread store or just around the. Just go look at Christmas lights.
This house is pretty.
Yeah.
A festive home straight out of Compton.
Compton now, you have a Target, you have a Best Buy. It's like living in Porter Ranch now. As far as services.
Without a Porter Ranch price tag for a 4-bed.
This is my oldest daughter, Mackenzie's room.
2-bath.
We put in the tiles, the mosaic.
1,500 square foot home.
Here you'll get this fixed up, bells and whistles for around $425 grand.
We took a walk with Julio and his family around his street at night. And you guys just feel safe walking to
Man, don't you?
I did. His wife, Nicole, does too.
And we know our neighbors, and they're very friendly, and we can walk around the block, and I do feel secure here.
Luxury. Luxury.
Ride my way, ride my way. I can't let you ride my way, ride my way. Ride my way, ride my way. I can't let you ride my way, ride my way. I can't let you.
Young master, my wrist. Oyster perpetual, my bitch. It's a wave, it's a drip. Making plays, taking risks. Yacht master my wrist. Oyster perpetual my bitch. It's a wave, it's a drip. Making plays, taking risks. Make a drug, take a trip. I just wanna plug, don't want no bitch. Me and Kaji out the crib. Cook the work up heavy with the wrist. In the trap, getting rich. Then I got a call from your bitch. She knows that I'm getting rich. But I will never give a bitch a cent. It's a tidal wave, come and check the forecast. Got the princess cards on the Rolex. Niggas pussy, you should go and get a Cortex. Hit a bitch and never call her, that's a complex. If you love me, bust a mission, bring her back to me. You gon' bust that pussy open, do a dance for me. If I hit the leg drop, do the dash for me. I got money on my mind, all this cash on me. Yeah. $120 for the cup of drink. I'ma drink one twice a day. Lil' baby never played the streets, internet made him pay to play. Don't feel that these bitches loyal. If I fall off, will they stay? Made too many people spoiled, had to slow up, sad to say. Front them, then they lose their hunger and slowly stop making plays. How you come to me for more product but didn't come to pay? That's that type of shit I don't like. That's like a slap in the face. Had to put my dick in your wife. Go ask the bitch I taste. Slap a sucker off his surfboard. Buddy, you came on my way. Nigga, you came on my way. Oh no, I got THC on my lungs and my cuticles. Taking opiates and we ballin' off pharmaceuticals. So much bitches on my dick, some nights I don't know who to bone. But fuck it, I'ma bone all y'all. My throne real big, not small. Yeah. Ride my ways, ride my ways. I can't let you ride my way, ride my way. Ride my ways, ride my way. I can't let you ride my ways, ride my way. I can't let you. Yacht master my wrist. Oyster perpetual my bitch. It's a wave, it's a drip. Making plays, taking risks. Yacht master my wrist. Oyster perpetual my bitch. It's a wave, it's a drip. Making plays, taking risks.
Yeah. Welcome back to Off the Cuff Radio. That was two new joints from my man I AM Jameal. We got the Guillotine back in the building right here.
Yeah.
And without further ado, it's been 3 years in the making since this man been on the show. We've been down for 3 straight years. Been a heavy supporter of the brand, keeping that West Coast flavor going. Without further ado, we're going to bring on my man, the star of the hour, I AM Jameal.
Yeah. What's
brother.
good? How y'all doing?
Man.
I'm happy to be back home. Feels like home.
Compton in the building.
Feels like home. You feel me? How y'all doing today, though?
Oh, we good, brother. We good.
We appreciate you taking the time to chill with us tonight.
Oh man, y'all family. I'm coming. You feel me? Anytime I'm needed.
And anyone who doesn't know, we do have previous interview already up on YouTube, right?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, that interview went up in Compton too. That interview went up.
Now wait. Now before we get this thing popping, I think we have a caller at a 757 number. I'm gonna go ahead and take.
Yeah, it's me. I got cut off.
Okay, cool. I see you. That's T Max right there. But
yeah, what's going
nevertheless,
on?
we got I AM Jameal in the building. 3 years in the making. What's been going on with you, my man? It's been a while.
Yeah, man, it's been a minute, man. Just been crafting, getting ready to drop this new project in about a month or so, and then my team as a collective is getting ready to drop a bunch of new music and new clothing line stuff in early July. So we just enjoying ourselves right now.
That's what it is. So, Jaleel, so tell us, man, this is T-Max and DA. Much love to the CA, East Coast to the West Coast. Y'all got the boast with the, keep holding the toes. So what's been going on in the CPT, man, in terms of what you've been doing out there, in terms of, keeping it gangster, doing what you do, man? And, of course, what's the music scene out there?
The music scene out there, we got to, we kind of, with Kendrick Lamar and the different other people, we kind of got a light shed on us. So it's a lot of new talent in Compton, a lot of rappers, a lot of singers, a lot of writers, a lot of even a lot of artists. I'm starting to meet painters and visual artists. So it's a lot of great things coming out of Compton. I know across the world we hear so negative, about what's going on, but it's a lot of positive things going on in Compton.
Definitely. Now, y'all have a rich tradition,
still bullshit,
of course.
Yeah. It's still bullshit, but it's positive for the most part, you know what I'm saying?
But y'all have definitely a rich history, and of course we know about what NWA did, and of course we know in the latter years about, of course, what Kendrick has did to really bring the light in terms of being that new generation. But there are also some great artists and recently who've been really making their name. Shout out to Compton AD. Shout out to AD, of course, BG Perico, and of course R&B talent, and of course an R&B talent, by the name of Steve Layzie.
I got some Show Gutter, Bad C, Geechee Gotti, who's kind of big on the battle scene right now. He's another one that got a lot of good records. Rowdy Rich, dude that I think Meek Mill is looking at right now, but it's a lot of great things coming out of Compton right now.
That's what it is.
Mr. Chilla, you there?
Excuse me, I couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
You had to make sure Mr. Chilla was there because I haven't heard her.
Yeah, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for my turn because I got a question for him, but it's not on no topic y'all didn't ask. I'm just goofy, so I'm just waiting.
Oh, y'all got, man, just brother. I'm an open book.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
I just got a question. Look, I got one question real quick since you brought it up. I read that you had an album, and correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just reading stuff. It was called Naggers, Coons, Spooks, and Porch Monkeys.
Oh yeah, it's actually a cold little story with that album. Like I dropped that album in early 2013, and it was a speech that I think it was Dr. Yusef Ben York, I think, that spoke about, you know what I'm saying, niggas, coons, and spoofs and porch monkeys, like basically in the entertainment industry. And so it was a picture. This is like early internet days, like Facebook, that was floating around. And it had a black male. I had a black male. I'm on the radio now. It was a black male on the cover that was like getting hanged by a noose that was made out of an American flag. Y'all might have seen it. It's like the oldest picture. You could probably put it up on Google, but type in black man hung by an American flag and you kind of see it. It's like a black man. And so with the cover, what we did was I was heavy into my reading, Dr. York, Yusef, Ben York, a lot of different people. So I had chose to put my parental advisory sticker on the pineal gland, on the forehead of the actual man that was on the cover. And I had actually really fought with my label on this at the time. That's like, nah, this is not it. Like this is. But when we dropped that was kind of the birth of to what led on the TBK. But long story short, if you look up Glasses Malone and Kendrick Lamar have a single called Thuggin'. And
man, shout out to G Malone representing Watts, man. Shout out to Glasses, man.
Yeah, you know, so it's a lot of, you know, a lot of things that I have done, in other words, have kind of been mimicked or, you know, kind of like taken from me in so many words, but I've never cried about anything. I always kind of took things in stride. I always knew I had something, so I just kept at it.
Right.
So now, when that happens, I just want, since you said that, when that happens in a situation like that, like you said, you take it in stride, but do you allow it to just boost your confidence, or does it really just eat you up when people do that shit?
At first, it ate me up a little bit, but I kind of knew at that point, like, okay, I got something. So I was like, you know, so right. it kind of like my next project, TBK, when I dropped that one, I don't know if you ever seen the artwork on that, but I got an actual black man who integrated himself into the Klan and kind of like played as a Klan member for like 4 or 5 years. And it's actually a whole story. I think Spike Lee and the dude from Key and Peele are actually getting ready to do a movie off the movie that I basically themed my my project off of. So like all my projects are kind of outrageous. Like the artwork matches the music, and I'm just really trying to get people to think.
That's that rebellious spirit coming in. That's that rebellious West Coast spirit, because that's channel from Eazy-E and all. Yeah, they used to push those buttons.
But look, that's why I tell people all the time, and I never meant to, you know, offense to my predecessors, but I like to tell people all the time, I'm the new NWA. Like, I'm the real NWA living in the flesh, because, I mean, like, Eric can tell you, like, I done went up against the mayor of Compton. I done went up against Superintendent Mark Ridley Thomas, who's the head over Los Angeles. Like, I'm really, like, going at it, like, with these people and living this NWA lifestyle, but it's not cool anymore. Like, it's the cool thing to do is to be cool with the president and the mayor, not to challenge authority.
Right.
But so in a lot of ways, I'm kind of an oddball and left out of a lot of conversations. But I mean, you go around, you ask anybody, like I'm the next nigga, for real, for sure.
And going on to this up and coming album you dropping, you have anything future in the works, like?
Well, that first single, the first song that y'all just played, Potholes, I'm getting ready to shoot like a big budget video in Compton for that in a couple of weeks, though. But it's basically about the situations that's going on in Compton right now. Like, you know, on the East Coast in Brooklyn, y'all in different areas across the world have already kind of went through the gentrification thing. Compton is just now going through it in the last 4 or 5 years. So systematically, we're slowly starting to lose our moms and pops restaurants, our staples. We just lost the Compton swap meet about 2 or 3 years ago to Walmart. And so I mean, if anybody knows what Walmart does to small middle class towns, you know what I'm saying? Then you can kind of do your history on that. Like when they come to small middle class towns, they shut down the middle class infrastructure.
Yep.
Because instead of going to your corner store or your bodega to grab the shit that you normally grab, I mean, like, who's gonna turn down a deal? You go to the bodega, he's charging you $4 for a bag of chips. You go to Walmart, you get 6 of them for $5. You know what I'm saying? So who's gonna turn that down? So it slowly starts to shut down the
economy.
Yeah.
Man, rest in peace.
You know what's crazy is that we was talking about that on the last show you was on, and now we see it more rapid.
Oh, it's really happened now. Like, I don't know. We just had y'all familiar with the Monopoly game, right?
Yeah, we was talking about that earlier.
So they just dropped a big thing, like a Compton Monopoly, like where all the streets on the Monopoly board are named after streets in Compton and shit like that. And you got people standing in line. You got thousands of people. They sold out like the first 4 or 5 hours. They going to stand in lines for this shit, but then they don't stand in line, or they don't want to come out when some innocent black boys get killed by the police. It's a lot of shit that goes down in Compton that it don't make national news. Like we got about 5 or 6 Trayvon Martins and about 4 or 5 Alton Sterlings. It just don't make national news.
Yeah, that's a tragedy in it. You know what? Because you said that. Let me say, now Houston is big. I'm from Houston, Texas. If you didn't know, Texas is big. Houston is big. So I stay on the south part of Houston, and I had an artist that stayed on the north side of Houston, and he stayed more in the hood. I stayed more in the suburbs. Make a long story short, I brought him out to my house. We went out to eat, and they had the news on the TV. He looked, and I'm talking about the look on his face. I had to ask him what the hell is wrong. I thought he saw one of his partners on the news or something. This nigga talking about, they don't show us this friendly shit over there. What the fuck they showing y'all? Why we don't get to see this? I was like, what? Apparently, like he was talking about, we already know the news, they put what they want to put out, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, the FCC is going to censor whatever the fuck anyway, but at the end of the day, to know that they literally in one area, no matter how big Houston is, we have the same really local news, you would think, but they show different stories in different places, and people are just like, it kind of shows why you have the mentality when you're in a certain area watching the same shit over and over. It gives you no hope. When you have some kind of hope, maybe people could change a little bit, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just on a rant. Go back to the show.
Yeah,
no.
It was like two or 3 years ago. Like I was going actively to like the little rallies and the little things like that, but I like, I started going to these rallies and meeting bloggers and PR people and people that work for different media outlets and news stations in California. And they would just told me straight up, like, it's not, it ain't the thing. Like in the 90s and the 80s, the gang violence was rampant, and that's what everybody wanted to show. And so we would televise it. But now it's like people are so used to it and common to it. Like, They pay more attention to what's going on, in other states than what's going on where we at, you know what I'm saying? But it's worldwide. I done been to like 4 or 5 different states. It's killing everywhere. It's bullshit going on everywhere. So I mean, Compton is not exempt, but it's just for some reason, people just is not interested. Like, okay, yeah, we know what's up. Boys in the hood, low riders, y'all killing each other. I mean, like now at this point, it's not even so much of a gang problem. It's a I like to call it like a classation problem, like the have and the have not. Like we live in LA County. We about 10 minutes away from Hollywood. You got a gang that's maybe about 5 or 10 minutes from Beverly Hills. So it's like Tupac said, it's like bringing a hungry person to a storefront and he looking through the storefront and seeing everybody in there eating, and he's knocking and asking the people to let me in, and they just looking at him laughing. Eventually, after about 4 or 5 times of him going to knock and he's starving, he gonna figure out how to get in that motherfucker.
Yeah,
that's some real game right there.
Man,
and
it's true.
Like right
it's
now,
true.
the kids they don't like, in my generation we want that ride, the low riders and the khakis and the chucks and dress like Eazy-E. These kids is like, fuck a Chevy. I want a motherfucking S500 drop top. You feel me? And so the level, like, the level of crime. So that the level of crime is even kind of like these kids is doing these days is even like outrageous. Like we gonna break into a house in the summer or some bullshit when we out of school. These niggas are going to like really like going to get it. You feel me?
Yeah, man. And going on to the Straight Outta Compton movie, you think that was a great representation of not only the NWA legacy, but also the city as a whole?
I loved it because, I don't agree with everything that NWA does, or like I said, Quiet as Kept. Like, from what I understand, like, here I come. Quiet as I understand, like, I'm not really liked by my predecessors. Like, I've heard, like when the NWA movies and all that stuff and shit was getting shot, I was beefing with the mayor of Compton. So it was kind of like, it was kind of like they was calling me, people was calling me, telling me, like, if you show up, they done already got the call to, like, not let you in the shit. Like, you feel me? So don't even save yourself a hassle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I almost feel like, like a lot of people even said Matter of fact, I was kind of feeling disappointed. You know, I'm like, because NWA is like, that's who I model my shit after. So I was like disappointed that I was kind of feeling like left out of shit. But then look, when the shit happened to Suge up there at that burger stand, I had people calling me, telling me that could have been you.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you go back and you pull up my other stuff, before I was calling myself I AM Jameal, I was calling myself J McNiff. You can go pull up my album. I had an album called Pills and Piss. It's my face with a whole bunch of marijuana leaves and pills behind the shit. And it was like when I'm rapping this crazy shit, they loving me. I'm shooting videos all over Compton. You know, they loving me. As soon as I started talking about the potholes in the streets and how the education system and all this shit is fucked up, I'm public enemy number one. They shut down my video shoots before we get started. You feel me? Like,
God dang.
Yeah, he went through some shit. Has the shit died down now? Or are you still going through some shit?
It's different. Like I said, it's the point. Everybody is so, I hate to say it, everybody's so drugged up kind of right now. It's like it ain't really like gangbanging ain't really like a thing. It's like you got your isolated areas and your isolated incidents where shit happened, but it's not as big as it was in the 80s and in the early 90s and the late 90s. You know what I'm saying? But now it's a gentrification thing. It's the have and the have not. So niggas is more worried about having money. You got people who a gang that might have been worse enemies in the 80s and 90s, but they got a common enemy or they got a money play together. Now they best friends. You know, so it's a lot of things have changed. Like you know.
Yeah. So, but are you cool with this mayor? Are you cool? You got any problems with him? I'm just wondering.
With who?
With the mayor of Compton now.
At this point, I don't really even care. Like, you feel me? Like, at this, like, I get so many calls now that people telling me, like, oh, you were right. We should have listened to you. You were right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were right. You know, so at this point, I don't really. Hello?
Yeah, we still here.
My thing is, like, kind of like, with my own crew creating programs and stuff, it's just doing the things that I love to do and help out and assist in the community. And I ain't really worried about nothing she got going on. Because at the end of the day, she gonna do what she gonna do, and Jameal gonna do what he gonna do.
And the fact that you helping the community, shit, can't nobody say shit about that. But thank you.
Nah. That's what I'm saying. Like, even though, like I said, I'm like a lot of the mainstream stuff that y'all see, I might be left out of that conversation. But like I said, I'm the man in my city. It ain't too many places that I can't go in Compton, and people gonna accept me with open arms because they know I ain't on that bullshit, and I'm fighting for you and your kids to get new books in the schools, and you know what I'm saying. So besides, a lot of these dudes that y'all seeing, they can't even go to where the prospective areas where they even say they from. You know what I'm saying? Like.
That's fucked up.
They got to come with a whole police force. They got to come with more police than Trump out there now.
Or it's a photo op, like, you know, a video day, you know, like, you know, where, you know, some shit is going on and a video day, everybody come out and wear their colors and all that shit.
See, that's the shit we don't hear on Rex. They don't want to tell that part. I ain't allowed in my own city, nigga. But I'm a real nigga.
Like I said, for the most part, I got love for everybody coming out of Compton, from the blue rag side to the red rag side to the Mexican. If you coming out of Compton and you on positive, you trying to feed your family and doing what you're supposed to be doing, then I'm all for you, and I got love for you. Even the people that don't necessarily agree with what I'm saying in my music, I still got love for them, too. I just kind of like mind my own business and do what I do.
Now, I uploaded a song today that you sent me from a year or two ago to play called the Suge Knight Flow. And I put my dollar down on it because, you know, it was dope. What was, like, your mentality going in there and making a song like that?
I had to think like that now. It's like a lot of people, like, to me, like I said, I don't know. I was a kid, so I'd never dealt with Suge Knight. But from what I know, being a kid in Compton, out of all these stars and football players now since the NWA movie that's like claiming Compton or saying they grew up in Compton, like he was the one that every Christmas you can go to the Compton swap meet and get a toy from his toy drive, or they would have sponsorship programs where kids could come meet Tupac or the mothers could meet Tupac on you know, Mother's Day and stuff like that. And the only other person after him that ever did something to impact the city was Game and Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else, all these other people, you can name their names. I'm not going to disrespect nobody or nothing like that, but I can for sure put my money on Game and Kendrick besides, you know what I'm saying? Like, I keep it real. I love Dr. Dre, my mentor, but we didn't see Drake till the NWA movie. But like, you know, like Kendrick for sure. Kendrick done paid for some of my friends that I grew up with for their funerals and helped their mom after the funerals and employed a lot of people that I went to school with that necessarily probably would be dead or in jail. And the same with Game. You know what I'm saying? And so you got a lot of other people that claim Compton and shit like that, and it's just kind of like a storyline for the bio.
Well, it's one thing definitely where you have a lot of people, because Compton, by, you know, for the legacy that y'all carry, you know, it's a strong one. And in my eyes, it's a very respected brand. You know, the problem is with some people is that, you know, you've actually been 10 toes down in the turf, you know, walking the earth out there, you know, doing what you do, trying to enrich, you know, the soil from where you toil, you know what I mean? But not everybody is going to have that same level of commitment. They may claim the city, but it's about, are you really doing things to really help? You know, and that can go from any city. You got a lot of people, like you said, you know, who will talk it, but they don't walk it. They can't walk it in their own, you know, in their own town. You know, without
You're right.
security,
That's
know?
like, I heard y'all earlier talking a little bit about the conscious community, and that's like, it's kind of like when I found the conscious community, it was kind of like I don't know where y'all from, y'all respective areas, but if y'all got crackheads in y'all areas, it's kind of like a crackhead that found God. And then they come back to the hood and they trying to like get all the other crackheads and stuff to come to church, and everybody's just kind of like laughing at them, and it's kind of like a culture shock to find out this new information. And you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's a gift. It's a gift and a curse, because you got all these people. I'm watching the conscious community. You got all these different groups that's basically saying the same thing, and they fighting each other like Eric said, like a wrestling match. You know what I'm saying? But nobody ain't teaching the people what the ultimate plan is, how to get the dollars so we can resurface this money in our neighborhood. Ain't nobody talking that. So at the end of the day, the conscious community is becoming just like the Black Baptist Church, to where, you know, okay, it's cool, hallelujah, praise the Lord, take my money and whatever, I'm going to go do what I want to do on Saturday, because this shit ain't really feeding my soul all the way like it's supposed to.
Well, I think a lot of times too, man, is that you got a lot of times with certain communities in general, when we were talking about the woke community, and, you know, King and them will tell you I have a big problem with them because of how they distort facts deliberately to push an agenda that is not authentic. It's artificial. You know,
they call it pseudo-science, but it's nothing different from. It's nothing different. Everything, like, I hear people talk about that all the time. It's nothing different from nothing that nobody is worshiping, because everything, we can go find flaws in everything. That's like what I be tripping off of. Like, it's flaws in everything. It's flaws in the Hebrew Israelite shit. It's flaws in, you know, you see in my order, Nuwapian Nation. It's flaws in everything you can find. But while we fighting with each other, they just still making plans and fucking us over, and we on Bushwick arguing with each other like wrestlers. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That was a good point you made, because I remember I did a post like a couple years ago. Because you know the funny thing about Facebook is when you make posts, you see old stuff that you sometimes regret saying surface out of nowhere and an anniversary. I'm like, God damn.
Why did I do that?
But I seen this post here that I made, and it said that we at the black community got all these different cliques. Going back to the wrestling analogy that you made. Gangs, you know, we have all like Bloods and Crips and Latin Kings and Gangster Disciples. We have different types of religions. We have all these
that's like when I meet brothers from different organizations. I don't want to sit there all night with you and debate pseudo-science and quote shit out of books. How can we work together to get something positive done? If we talking about that, that's cool. I can sit there all night and quote books with you. I watch lectures and shit just like the next man. But where is that getting us as a people? You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. And look, some people need to go get tired, smoking a sweet or something. You ain't got to go to sleep. Some people just need to go to fuck to sleep because they ain't never going to get it. But waking up doesn't mean you have to question every fucking thing, nigga. You know 2 + 2 is 4? Nigga, that's 4. Don't question that. Move on. Like, some people just...
That's even. I get where you come. That's even like with Dr. York was preaching, like basically sound right reasoning. You kind of gotta question everything because these, I don't like using the term devils and crackers and all that shit because it ain't even a color thing with me. Because like in my city, in Compton and Los Angeles, the people that's making decisions and passing the laws that's fucking us over is African American niggas and Hispanic motherfuckers that look just like me and you. It's not the white man, you know what I'm saying, or the white dude, or however people want to play it. That's what I'm seeing in my city. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Asia Brown is a black woman, and she's part of the, like, destruction, essentially, of the young black male in Compton, California.
Yeah, that can happen. But understand this, though. When I say some people are too awake or too woke, see, some people would like to question shit like literally, we all know 2 + 2 is 4. They'll question it. Now, I've heard people debate the color blue, and nigga, we all know the color to be blue. I mean, you can debate if it should have been called something else, but like certain things, but some of these people will go through a whole spiel, and it sounds stupid, but I can't make this up. But this bitch said white folks made it blue because, and I stopped right there. I couldn't take it because certain shit you can't. Them the type of people right there that need to go the fuck to sleep or pipe down a little bit and see if they can piece some shit together because, I mean, literally, some shit is literally fact or fiction. But there is a lot, you were not lying. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be questioned, but how you question it also, it takes it's a big factor in the idea and theory that you come up with. And we all got to remember, science, the word science, that's based on theories. All science is based on theories until they are actually
but I mean, not even necessarily. It is kind of based on theory, but it's based on common sense. If it looks like a duck, if it's quacked like a duck, it's probably a duck.
It's a damn
like,
duck.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of stuff you can't deny. Like I just watched a beautiful documentary. Like if you get on YouTube tonight, but it's about the city of Compton. It's an artist, a dude named The Bully. Called himself The Bully. He got a video blog, A Day in His Hood, an area in Compton called the Women's in Arms. It's like a project area in Compton, not too far from the neighborhood I grew up in. But he was basically saying like how, okay, in Compton you got Crips and Bloods. You got one side of town that's Crips, and then you got another side of town that's Bloods, and then you got a side of town that's kind of like mixed in between. So the side of town that's Bloods, the name of the high school is Centennial. Its colors is red, scarlet red. They call it Red City. You feel me? And just all of a sudden, all the Bloods mysteriously, this school that they decide to paint red happens to be in a predominantly Blood neighborhood. Then you got the Crip neighborhood. The high school over there is called Compton High School. They call themselves the Tar Babes. It's called Blue City. The mascot is basically predominantly blue, navy blue, powder blue, and then the other high school is Dominguez High School, and its colors is black, gold, and red. And the gangs that go there, you got a Crip gang that goes there, a Blood gang that goes there, and a Mexican gang that goes there. And so you kind of got to, so it's like, you kind of got to question shit. You feel me? Like, I mean.
Yeah, I'm questioning why you talking for real, but that's something questionable. I want to know.
So all this shit is kind of like, you feel me? That's where you get projects and shit from. Like, we indigenous people, we tribal people already, just like Pimp C said. So they know if they put us in a project, pretty soon it's gonna be some little tribes in that project because we all tribal people. Yeah. We all African. You know what I'm saying? It's in our blood to click up and to have crews and you know what I'm saying and shit like that. You know. So I believe they knew what they was doing from the beginning, especially in South Los Angeles. And at this point, they want it back.
They fucked it up. Now they want it back.
Now, another question I got, this is from person anonymous, and he's saying that he heard the Compton freestyle that you did, and that made him a fan automatically. His question is, what was the Layzie Bone line about?
It was, that's crazy. All right, well, look, it was like 6 years ago. My boy had booked me a show, like one of my first shows or whatever, and I was supposed to be opening up for Layzie Bone. But, you know what I'm saying, it was my first show, and I was already kind of like developing a little buzz in the city, so we was going all over town selling and tickets and shit. Now, the game is in L.A., you kind of buy into the show. So what you do is you buy your tickets, and the promoters say, okay, you sell 200 tickets, and you get the spot on the show or whatever. So I think the deal at the time was 200 tickets, and we ended up selling close to 1,000 tickets. So I got like damn near, you feel me, my whole neighborhood and friends and people I went to high school with at the show, and I'm supposed to be opening up for Layzie Bone. So I get there, and they take me over to him and introduce me to him or whatever. We met or whatever. So I guess like later on, he was floating through the club, and he's trying to holler at some girls in the club, so he went and walked up on this girl that like grew up in my neighborhood. He like, yo, like, what's up with you? You want to come get with me? I'm Layzie Bone. And she like, look, we ain't here to see you. We here to see the homie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what you think you is. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he went and told the promoter, like, hey, I got to catch a flight, and I'm going to go on before dude, and, you know what I'm saying, I got to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So the promoters came to me, and they said, well, hey, it's a change of plans. You're actually going to be the closer. I'm like, oh, okay, for sure, because he got to get up out of here early, so we're going to let him go. It's going to be like kind of like he opening up for you. And so I'm like, okay. So he get on stage. He's only supposed to do like a 30-minute, 40-minute set. And then at the end of the set, he's like, you want to hear some more Layzie Bone? And the crowd like, yeah. So now he's going through all the Bone Thugs records and shit. And so now my manager comes to me, and he's pissed. And I'm like, man, what's going on? You pissed? I'm happy. Like, yeah, I'm going to close the show. And he's like, you see what time it is? And I'm looking at my phone, and it's like about like 1:50 something. And, everything in California closed at 2 o'clock. So he kept going. He kept on stage rapping his shit or whatever, and then 2 o'clock came, and they cut the lights on. So the promoters and shit, they were so like hurt and so scared. They came and like gave me all my money and shit. And it was like, so like probably like maybe like 2 or 3 weeks after that, one of my boys that's in the music industry heavy, won't say his name, but he took me to a meeting that Jerry Heller and another guy who was instrumental in breaking some Compton records, who's dead right now, was at this meeting. So, I'm playing my music or whatever, and, I was kind of just against fucking with Jerry Heller anyway, because you hear the story. And he was like, so I, some type of way I get to telling him the story. He's listening to the music, and he's looking over at me. He's like, shit, you're going to be bigger than them. You feel me? The shit that you saying, you're going to be a little wilder and bigger than them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a long story. So that's why, I was like saying I was a big fan. That shit that really hurt me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, I grew up on them. Used to try to dress like them and all that. But
that's the disappointment that comes with the game. It's like, sometimes even with what I do, it's like you just want to sit back like, man, you just want to be a fan. Because, when you start going underneath the curtain, you start seeing how these guys really are.
I will say this. I've met some people that I've been totally disappointed with. Because, like, I'm a fan of hip-hop. Like, I tell people that all the time. Like, I'm a fan of NWA, DPG, all that. So when I meet these people, like, I'm excited. Like, you know what I'm saying? And one, like, I met Too Short. Too Short didn't disappoint me. He was everything I thought he was going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain people that I meet, and you like, damn, I felt he was going to be like that. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain people you meet, and you feel me? Like, it's like what they're like. It's an artist. It's an OG artist from California. I won't say his name either, but I went to a studio session to write with him, and he's like, he ain't going to record unless he got a special type of water. And he's in the studio session getting his nails filed and clear coat on his nails.
Say what?
This is a nigga that's a lowrider. When I was a kid, he's in the drinking 40 ounces and bouncing the lowrider on the video. Like,
and he's got a rider list for when he records.
Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? The engineer was even kind of tripping. Like, what the fuck? So I'm like,
that's that Hollywood life there. Like, good God.
Yeah, that's
celebrities in their
to the next level with that one.
Hey, but at least he said OG, so we know it was really somebody. Because, it got little niggas that made one song on YouTube and got like 1,000 likes. And them niggas go do all that same shit like they Hollywood. And them niggas get booted out the studio.
I mean, like, it's a new guard. Like, that's why I have so much respect and admiration for, like, Kendrick Lamar, Nipsey Hussle, YG, because prior to them artists coming in the game, like J-Rock, the whole TDE staff, prior to them coming in the game, we as California artists thought the only way we can get on was to go through a Dr. Dre or an Ice Cube or somebody that was majorly popping to get a cosign. Like, when, Kendrick and them and YG and Nip came, it's kind of like showed us you don't need nobody. All you need to do is get you a team and get you a music set up and grind, like, you know what I'm saying? So, you feel me? And then now, like I said, we got a couple new artists. We got a whole new wave that's coming out in L.A., and I'm kind of like proud to say that I'm a part of that new wave. So, you know, things are changing, even with the way the music is being recorded, even with the way that, you know, you used to go to a club in L.A. maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, and if the DJ put on the wrong song, it possibly could start a fight. Now you go to clubs now, and you got Crips and Bloods together enjoying each other at concerts. Nobody's fighting. And you got a dude by the name of Pookie effing Rude. Pookie's kind of responsible for a lot of that stuff, too, for bringing the different gangs of L.A. together to come party. And nobody gets killed. Nobody chain gets snatched. It's unheard of in Los Angeles. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm proud to say that I'm a part of that wave.
That's a beautiful thing. So shout out to, and you know what? Shout out to Game Through everybody that's coming together and talking about uniting the gangs and uniting people. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we need more of that. It's people still gonna fight. Don't get me wrong. I'm not naive, and y'all don't be either. But at the end of the day, if we're promoting unity, it's a lot better chance for it to happen. I'm just saying.
No, yeah, for sure. And like Game and like I said, Game and Kendrick Lamar, they some dudes that really will give back to the city of Compton if need be. YG too, if you know, even with dealing with the artists, it's a lot of artists once again, no disrespect, but I can't get, you know, Dr. Dre on the phone and probably get a beat, but I could for sure probably get to Kendrick or YG or Game, you know, because that's how accessible they make themselves to young artists that's trying to come up in the game. You know what I'm saying? Whether if you don't rap, if you doing something with film, if you doing something with artwork, these dudes will actually help, and they actually helping the dudes in their area. Like if it wasn't for Kendrick, it'd be a lot more shooting and shit going on in the area where he's from. The same with Game, the same with YG. Like you need YG damn near took his whole neighborhood on tour with him and employed his whole area, and people look at that as, oh, that's gang violence continuing itself, but it's job, it's creating opportunities for people to change their lives.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing Hammer did back in the day with Oakland. You know, how he took a lot of people from the hood in Oakland on, you know, and employed them, you know. And shout out to YG, you know, representing TTP, you know, shout out to Game, representing, you know, Cedar Block, you know, and shout out to Kendrick, you know, where he's from. You know, the thing is, everybody wants to paint a lot of us young black men as being violent animals, but the thing is, it's like we come from violent situations, but we're not animals by nature. Situations make us that way, but when you show us a different way, and that's just a beautiful thing. These guys have taken them out the hood and exposed them to something outside of the hood, and it's all good, you know, because of that.
Yeah, you know, I talk to a lot of my friends, and my friends is basically like, you know, they tell me all the time, like, that's what I tell people all the time. If I was like, I'm from the street, I got a street past, I got a history, but I'm not, you know me, Eric. You ain't never seen me on there hella gang banging, throwing up signs, acting grimy, doing a bunch of crazy shit, because that's not me. And I couldn't go home if I was acting like that. You feel me? The dudes in my neighborhood that I admire and that I check and that I honor, they'll check me like, you know, that ain't the right way to go. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just try to keep it real and be myself as much as possible. But this Hollywood, I mean, it fucks with me too. This Hollywood shit fucks with my head too sometimes.
We wanted to ask you about that too, considering where the music scene has gone. Because we're not going to say culture, because culture, real hip hop culture is authentic. What do you think about a lot of these artists right now who are basically just over exaggerating their street credibility and using a lot of theatrics trying to get over in terms of trying to perpetrate a fraud that they really outside where more or less they need to stay inside?
Man, I know, Eric. Me and Eric we don't really care for what's my boy name from Hot 97, Ebro. But Ebro said something that was real good, and I think people need to go look at his tweet. He said, when you dig and you see who Little Uzi and Lil Peep and Lil Xan, and you go see who they're control, what companies they're run by, and who actually owns those companies, you'll learn a lot. You will learn a lot about what's going on. Like, you feel me? What's going on? It's clearly. I feel like they're just trying to demask you. Man, if y'all readers, it's a book I want y'all to go check out. It's called The plot to destroy the young black male. I can't think of who the writer is, but it's an older book. It's an older little black young boy on the cover. But if y'all get a chance, check that book out. And it's some game in that book, like, about what they doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you feel me? Like, even the whole Tekashi situation, at this point, I feel like he's trying to egg somebody on in the music industry to kill him so they can go find out who is the niggas that got the guns, who's the most dangerous niggas in the music industry.
And I said that before. He should have the police for me, because that's something like a cop would do. Like, that's some old Donnie Brasco type shit. Like, he interrogating gang members.
Let's put some bait out there and see who bites the bait.
For real.
Well, I mean, look. He already poked the bear with Jay Prince, and Jay Prince basically, kind of had to shut that down real quick. Well, of course, what he said about Jay Prince's son, but, Jay Prince basically kind of said in so many words, if he was really a problem, it would have been dealt with, But, Jay Prince knows that dude is really just, out there just.
I know the real on what's really going on over there with him, but like I said, that ain't my business. But at the same time,
right.
Like I said, it's just kind of disappointing to see kind of what this shit is going to. And then, like I said, I'm looking at it's no different. Like, I know y'all kind of on the Tekashi situation, but it's no different out here. It's a lot of dudes that call themselves real niggas and OGs and leaders that's standing behind that type of shit because they want a video promo or they want more followers on their Instagram or they trying to get a verse for their little artist, whoever they. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Some of the same people that call me and talk about this shit and I get on Instagram and they be taking pictures with these niggas when these niggas come to town. So it's like,
you know what it is, though? What it is, too, is also the bag is slowed up right now. Like, the money is dry. Gentrification kind of dried up a lot of this bread because, growing up, you see cats in the streets, they shooting dice. You see the pool hall games all full, and the crack game it was all peaches and cream. But that money now is slowed up, and now they got to co-sign all these mumble rappers to eat because now they the breadwinners.
Oh yeah, they getting it in. Like, you feel me? That even with Tekashi, I kind of feel bad for the dude because like we can all kind of see that when it ends, it's gonna end bad. It's only two type of ways. We know how this story ends. We know how this story ends. You know what I'm saying?
But that's some real game you spitting because I ask anybody, can you really name a song that he's done outside of Gummo? And it's like this dude hasn't released an album. He's basically made his name off of just being ignorant out there. Like you said, when that fall hits, when they just decide that he's out of there, like KRS once said, it's like, where else is he going to go once his 15 minutes are up?
Yeah, and then what happens to the little dudes that you've been kind of like paying to be your security for the last 6 or 7 months when that money slow up? When them wolves get hungry, they got to eat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When the wolves are starving, they got to eat.
Yeah, the streets got to eat, B, and it's already bad enough. He already lost a headphone deal.
I mean, man, you don't like I tell people all the time. Like when I was a kid, and like I said, that's why I said like a lot of shit fuck the youth mind up. I think it was Wynton Marsalis just had an interview talking about how hip hop has kind of played a big part in destroying the black community. And I used to get mad when people say shit like that, but now, like I've been kind of studying, I can kind of see where he would be coming from, like saying some shit like that because you got folks that kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's mainly because the wrong hands are in the pot right now. They're not. The wrong hands are in the pot right now, and they're controlling the narrative of what the culture is.
Y'all were on point when y'all talking about Tekashi because I didn't even know. I probably heard about him, but I had never paid attention to him until we started talking about him and he was pulling all that bullshit. He wasn't nothing to stand out about, but like I said, it goes to that's what niggas is doing these days. And that shit working for him, that's the problem. Is niggas is looking at it and watching it.
They look at it as entertainment.
Yep. But see, then they need to start being characters and try and go do some auditions for some TV shows or some shit. They need to get out the motherfucking hip hop game because they're giving the hip hop game a bad name and they causing a bunch of shit. And they need to take their on to the right road. Stay in your lane. It ain't hip hop, goddamn.
Now he boasted music. He boasting that he's 7 for 7 in terms of singles, and he has 1 billion streams musically. He's been boasting about that for the past week.
But the question is, how much money is he really making off of all of that? You know what I'm saying?
I go deeper on the air when it comes to seeing who pulled his strings, but I ain't trying to get kicked off the air, so I'm going to let y'all look on the Facebook post I'm going to post.
Well,
I know
the one thing about
we get real deep into the game, sometimes Blog Talk all of a sudden have some technical difficulties or whatever.
Well,
all too
we'll
often, so put that in the conspiracy list. That's too much.
Well, we just keep it general, but the thing is with a lot of these artists is that there's always the elements of what they do, but then how much they really get. You know, it's always easier to sell that image in terms of what it appears to be than exposing it for what it really is. You know, the fact is, you know, this guy, you know, some people even want to invite Tupac comparisons, but I'm like, this dude ain't done none of the music Tupac has done in terms of being culturally relevant, or even from the fact that Tupac did some real things out there. You know, Tekashi to me is a cartoon character. Yeah, he's a cartoon character to me. You know, this dude does not represent anything that is authentic about real hip-hop culture, but he has a ratchet presence and persona that they can market. And anytime you can market drama, that's how you get Oscars. You get rewards for
The
it.
Tekashi 6ix9ine checkout tour. That's the movie script right there. The check-in tour.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, we about to wrap this thing up shortly, man. Hey, you have any shout-outs you want to give out, Jameal?
Is he here? Is he with us?
It might have cut him off.
Yeah, he probably got bumped off the air. But
the mere fact of us talking about we got to censor ourselves, they didn't start bumping niggas off.
They censored us.
Yeah, he probably got bumped off the air, man. But if you hear this, tell him we definitely appreciate him joining us, dropping up a lot of game on this gentrification thing that's going on. And we got to touch more about that soon, though, because it's getting heavier out there.
Yeah, man. I didn't even know the Compton swap meet was gone. Rest in peace. It will be immortalized, however, through all the numerous songs on many albums.
You ain't kidding. I'm going back to my 90s collection on that one.
Dude, Compton swap. Look, everybody, you ain't even have to be from Compton, but you knew about the CPT swap meet. I was like, man.
That's a heartbreaker right there.
Man, much love to the West Coast and all the staples that really made it what it is. You know.
But I just thought I'd just let people know that I'm going to be featuring my man. I'm going to do a show with Caliber 007 tomorrow night at 9 p.m., 6 Pacific, 8 Central. And we're going to air that interview on YouTube on Monday night. So we're going to do this pre-taped interview. It's going to be on Tupac's birthday because, you know, he's a soldier of the outlaw, so it's only right for us to do this. And plus, I'm going to be stuck in the crib for at least a weekend, so I might as well get all these interviews out the way.
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
So definitely tune in. And big shout out to I AM Jameal and the CBT for coming through after 3 years, chopping it up with us.
Already.
Big shout out to Alot the Sandman. We miss you, brother, but we hold it down.
For sure.
Yeah, man, we gotta get you back on, man. We gotta get you back on. But you know, look, we roll us strong. But we'll be back like Voltron sooner than later. So we're gonna keep doing it.
Already.
So
go make that.
Definitely see us tomorrow night. So definitely see y'all tomorrow night. We're gonna get this interview knocked out. And Monday we're gonna premiere it.
Yeah.
And y'all have a blessed night. And cop that album, the Alot the Sandman drop. Cop that Da Vinci clothing.
And go look out for that Young All I Need and that Shut Up by Young.
Yeah, man.
Get that promo out of the way. And get that and check out that Nas album too.
And stay tuned for some more
We
shit.
want physical
always got
copies
the
of the
shit coming,
Nas
nigga.
album. We demanding physical copies of that album.
I'm gonna get a physical copy, even if I have to go to Queensbridge myself. I'm going.
Put the wanted poster up with the damn picture of the damn.
I'm gonna get a photo op too out of the deal too.
You not going to Wyoming where Kanye is?
Hell no.
Oh shit!
You gotta, especially when most likely you're gonna come over there, you gonna see a crazy white woman with tea. It's gonna look like the whole setting of Get Out over there. I ain't trying to get involved with that.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's in his own world. Let him stay there.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, we're going to definitely get this thing going, so we'll see y'all tomorrow night, and y'all have a good one.
All right. Peace.
In the spirit of Sandman, I'm going to take it out. Peace out, motherfuckers.
Looking for quality auto parts for your vehicle? Shop one of the 37 Raleigh area O'Reilly Auto Parts stores. You'll find we have convenient locations, thousands of brand name parts in stock, extended store hours, everyday low prices, and well-trained professional parts people. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Since Buffalo Wild Wings is always open late, here are a few things you'll enjoy. Buzzer beaters, wings in 21 signature sauces and seasonings, and great deals on food and beer. Grab select domestic draft beer starting at $4. $4 shareables like street tacos, fried pickles, chili queso dip, mozzarella sticks, and roasted garlic mushrooms, and deals on select liquor and house cocktails. Phew, that's a mouthful. Catch all of the late night action. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. Offers and participation vary. Please drink responsibly. Void where prohibited.